tarot reading. With Urim and Thummim tarot cards here. We are going to be discussing what the number one thing is you'll be happy that you walked away from. So you're going to be glad that you walked away from this, whatever this is. And who am I talking to specifically? Let's see. What groups of people are coming in as being receivers of this particular portion of the reading? Those who felt obligated in some way already, like you've been overworked perhaps, and those who really just want a new vision in your life. You are seeking a new vision. Okay, so for those of you who are overworked, you are going to be glad that you walked away from something someone else was hoping that you would not walk away from. Let's see if I can get any more out. Anything else specific? And it has something to do with either creating something that someone else wanted to see you create that maybe you didn't really want to, you just felt kind of pushed into doing, or this could have something to do with actually, starting a family. This could be just, two people, or it could be like the full shebang, the whole enchilada, whatever you want to call it. Pregnancy definitely is coming in right there. But whatever it is you want to do that, because you're not going to look back on that in the same way. You'll be more positive about it. And for those of you who want a new vision and you really don't want to take anything less than that into account, specifically, so like the same thing applies to you as far as the family thing also. Okay, so this is something coming in with the Ace of Wands here. So the way you deal with something that's out of the blue that happens, the way that you've already prepared yourself for it in your mind, if you can stick to that, that's something that's not going to, it's going to be something you're glad you did not deviate away from. If someone else saying, well, you have to think about this, you need to think about that, or, but this person, this and that, just what you already had on your mind, your first mind, that's what you're going to be glad about, especially in relation to love, dating, relationships, and something you already took steps towards doing, a goal that you already had that you have been working on, or you've at least taken one step towards it. By the same token, because we already talked out the number one thing you'll regret not walking away from. And this is versus the number one thing you'll regret walking away from and have to do the work to get through it if you do. So if you do walk away, from something going on with coworkers here. So this is a team effort. If you walk away from a team effort for some reason, you may look at it differently, you know, than however you're looking at it when you're ready to walk away. So that's just something to think about for some of you, as well as something having to do with dealing with someone who either is saying past is irrelevant, they're not going to count it in, they're not going to consider it, or they're asking you to kind of like show some forgiveness in some sense, or they're trying to say, you know, like, think about if you're in my position, or, you know, something that is coming in when you think of doves, you know, showing that grace, giving someone a little extra room, not necessarily to hang themselves, but just to try to either regain trust or, you know, come to terms with the fact that they were imperfect and not have to deny it, you know, just trying to work through it. That's what's coming in there. All right, peeping in at the live chat, popping off here. For a quick second. All right, why a stranger? This is several strangers for some of you, or singular for some, okay? Why these strangers are trying or have already come around you. So they've been trying to come around you, or they will be trying to come around you. They have come around you. They are fascinated with you. They also have been going through something where they're just kind of holding on by a thin thread here with something for someone. So someone has someone who's extremely fascinated. The other person, they're just barely hanging in there, and that is in relation to, they had a tower moment where things just crumbled apart. Let me see if I can get any extra insight into things not coming together in a certain way. Okay, so they did not feel like, I feel like someone was saying, you possibly were saying, I'm not going to coddle this person, but they were just seeking some type of nurturing, some type of pat on the back, because it would contribute to their well-being. That's why they were seeking it, whether they knew it or not. However, due to the fact that they didn't feel nurtured in some capacity, you know, they're just trying to be resilient, because that's what they were hoping for, seeking out rather some type of, you know, different way for you to greet them. They were looking at you a certain way, and although some people may be falling short, they just really expected some other type of behavior, and that's what they get for expecting, right? So it's not really your deal, it's just explaining where they're coming from. And, you know, this is mentally how they're feeling. See, there's this arguing going on, or this energy of wanting to argue, and someone feeling like they had some delayed news, like they knew one thing but they didn't know something else, and they were behind about it, because, you know, this is delayed news for them, and so that really bothered them as well. Something that came in as delayed, they were trying to be on top of things. Now, another message that's coming in at this moment in time has to do with someone holding back, kind of like being stingy in some way. So someone may feel like something has been holding them back, so now they're trying to, you know, be reserved, kind of put up a wall, not share in any form or fashion. You know, they're not trying to be verbal, they're not trying to share anything they have, they're trying to hoard things. And for this person, either to understand them or directly for this person coming in, you may feel like, you know, what may have been preventing you is what the real issue is, the real problem. But what may be preventing you from doing something you'd like to do, or doing something that you would have liked to have done, specifically for someone, something that was preventing this is coming in as being anxiety behind it, or this situation where you needed a break but didn't take it, or you just didn't have room for it, and then it prevented you from doing something else that you really wanted to do. That's for one person. For another person, justice was coming in a way that the universe saw fit, or there was kind of a lag with it before it came in, and that's something that prevented you from doing something. And according to the tarot, let's see what the solutions are. Coming in as just fighting your way through it, because you are on the path towards where you want to go, just to keep it moving. And then to complete something else. You could complete that and it'll lead to you completing something else, or just stay on your P's and Q's and complete what you're doing. Alternatively, it can mean travel to get something done, with the world coming in. Let's see what the bottom of the deck energy is. Looking at things in a different way, and knowing that, say it's something you want, that if you go get it, it's going to sacrifice something else that you already have. So looking at it as, yes, you could try to perfect something, but just knowing that there is a cost to it for right now. Maybe not on another level, not in another universe. Just give yourself time when you become more spiritual, no matter where that road is taking you, as you aim towards where you want to go. Just looking at it that way, because sacrifice is coming in, and looking at it in a new light, looking at it as also, you know, yes, things can be evened out, but you know, if you put more emphasis on one side, the other side is going to be coming up while that side is going down, if that makes any sense. I'm talking about the weighty issues that are coming in. on someone's mind. So as I draw this reading to a close, I just want to mention that if you're in my area and you need any remote testimonies, or you need some type of witnessing, in fact, if you want to say or mention or promise that you're going to conduct yourself in a certain type of way, or you want someone else to do that and you want them to swear to a higher power or mention that higher power as they're promising you something, and you happen to need a notary public, I am. She and she is I. If you need to have someone stand there while someone fills that in. Also, with refinances, purchases, a seller's package, HELOCs of, that home equity line of credit, reverse mortgages if you need a notary public for that. I'm only charging $5 where I am if you're within my vicinity. And so that's all I wanted to mention. I do hope that you enjoyed the reading, and you can let me know if it resonated, if you feel up to it with that like, that share, or that subscribe.